To an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Down, 180. Rebound. Watch the safety creep. Raider one.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You're mine.
Here's Carr. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Muhammad. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Down, 280. 57 to Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 3rd down, Muhammad. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Man open, it's Goodwin. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
13 yards, first down, Packers.
First down, Packers.
Monday, down, 180. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Kill. Check. 6-6. Pull it high.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
On on second down. Muhammad looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready! This is 60 or. Block 54. Blue draw, Corker. Shit! 61, matchbox lights.
Here we go.
They triple.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Allen Robinson, 73 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here hauled in just past the 50. 25 yards that time.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Now, you want it? 58, come on. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Kill. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. 58, right over there.
Carr going to try and throw on third down, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Now Carr into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Intercepted. The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a first and 10.
Hey.
You're not ready. You're not
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a second and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
Topper! Get it!
And he'll give it here to his running back. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ready.
52's the mic. Check. 52's the mic. I got it.
Go.
You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
15.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
Greystone, Travis.
Slam.
Five.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
52's the mic. Watch Mike. Here I come. 52's the mic.
Go.
Looking to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
You ain't going nowhere.
54 is Mike. Yes. Now.
They're going to look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney merciless picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The Packers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Now Carr. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the ball.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the Packers' 34-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll go down at the 28. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
My 52.
He'll look to throw. He finds Robinson. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not at all. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Deep grip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Mike 52, Mike 52. D, he's checking. Crash.
Protein spill.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. You remember me?
Go.
Let's go, baby. Kill.
Ready?
Now they try the right side here. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Carr got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And to give this time to the tailback. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up
Look at me,
2nd and 4
zipper.
at the
Hey,
45.
Wahoo.
2nd and 4. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
They need stops to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
He can't hang.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On play action, now Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney merciless, able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Bravo!
57's right. Brilliant.
57. Mike, 57.
29. Check.
On third down, Carr, and going deep for Hill. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 23. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
70, Indy. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. 22 Jet Bombers, 22 Jet Bombers.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hustle.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
15.
Now 3rd and 5.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Smooth. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Mike's going.
Yep.
5-4.
Hey, orbit.
I got one.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the Giants send out their punter now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Come on. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 6-6, pull it high. Ready?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
Hey. 55. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Five. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. I got you. Shoot.
Now back to throw. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Hey, 58's the Mike. Go 58's the Mike. Switch up. 58's the Mike. 58. Later one. Nice, sweetheart. Hey, Zoo. 58's the Mike.
Carr now on first down. Gets this one to Hill. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Down. You ready?
Mike, 58, right there. Get the ball. Check. Slam.
Put it down.
On second down now, Muhammad. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Carr going to throw. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tyreek Hill, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Back to you.
From the gun, it's Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope.
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Tighten up. Pull it together. He's coming.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. David Johnson, 70 yards. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2.
I got you, son. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Watch twins.
93.
Throwing on first down is Carr. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
'93. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, Foxtrot.
Carr now to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
On third and long, it's Carr. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Man, I got you. Check. Step.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Hey, seam 6. One set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
He'll drop to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4. Here we go. Right there. Go.
Back to throw here. It's complete to Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or. 54. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Hey, Alpha. Yes.
2nd and 10. That is caught at the 7. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
He's cracked. Hey! Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Carr. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Hey, 7:34. 57. Mike, 57.
Here's Carr to throw. It's Hill, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Let him know.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way.